السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. Welcome back after the break, and we were discussing some amazing merits in a hadith. If we bring certain actions in our life, what benefit we would gain. Because the aim and the goal is whatever we do, action we do in this dunya, إنما الأعمال بالنيات, Allah Ta'ala knows our intention. So when we are keeping that fast, remember, there are certain specialities that have been given, characteristics, which Allah has honored for the believer in this month of Ramadan. And in this hadith of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, خمس خصال في رمضان لم تعطهن أمة قبلهم, which was not even given to any ummah before. An amazing hadith record on the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying that the smell coming out from the mouth of a fasting person is better with Allah than the smell of musk. You are keeping that fast. It is a long day. It is a summertime, and the people are fasting for so many hours. Imagine how great is that reward. لَخَلُوفُ فَمِ الصَّائِمِ أَطْيَبَ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ رِيحِ الْمِسْكِ وَتَسْتَغْفِرُ لَهُمُ الْحِيتَانِ. And also the fish in the water, they're praying and they're doing istighfar for that person who is keeping the fast until he breaks his fast. And you have another great merit. Every day of Ramadan, Allah decorates Jannah, addresses it saying, it is not too far that my righteous servants shall throw away the burdens of this worldly life, and they shall proceed towards you. The rebellious shayateen are shackled in this month, and they cannot do it in what they do, that is, in other days, where they, every person has with him the shaitan. He whispers in the minds of the people, in the hearts of the people. And in this last day, in this month of Ramadan, Allah Ta'ala, He gives forgiveness for that person who had kept that fast. So when you think of this hadith, then a person should remember that part of welcoming that month of Ramadan, know that every day that a person is keeping that fast, he is working, striving to attain something that is going to be of eternal happiness and bliss in the life of the hereafter. So how is it that many of us, when we welcome this month of Ramadan, how is it that we still engage in certain type of actions? We don't spend our Ramadan as we ought to spend that Ramadan. We don't avoid those actions that we need to avoid in this blessed month of Ramadan. And let's enter this month of Ramadan. Let's welcome this month of Ramadan with something that we can at least aim and strive and make it our goal, that this Ramadan we are going to do something and we're going to work on it, and inshallah we're going to achieve it. How many people enter this month of Ramadan as smokers? Now we are keeping fast during the day. We know the reward of the fasting person. We know the reward of feeding a fasting person, giving water to the fasting person. And now we know what is the reward of standing at night in the prayer, in the Taraweeh prayer. You have your Tahajjud prayer and you have your Taraweeh prayer. You know the importance of your 5 daily Salawat al-Khams. But it's something that we need to do in this blessed month of Ramadan. If it is the beginning of the month of Ramadan, and if you continue this practice throughout the end of the month of Ramadan, then inshallah, for those people who have this bad habit of smoking cigarettes, let's make this our goal. Let's make it our aim, that we will quit smoking during or in this blessed month of Ramadan. So when we look at the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or even if we point and think about the verse of the Holy Quran, what does Allah Ta'ala say? Because we know that the shaitan, every day he is planning, he is plotting, he is trying to do those actions that is going to cause him, do action that is going to bring the displeasure of Allah. But the way the shayateen is shackled in chains, and we are making dua that Allah Ta'ala grant us Jannah, we're making dua, we're seeking protection in Allah against the shaitan. Why is it that we cannot at least think, reflect, that there are many people who are doing certain actions, and those actions is bringing the displeasure of even bringing inconvenience to the malaika and to the angels. So take for example, Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِيكُمْ إِلَى تَهْلُكَةٍ. Do not throw yourselves into destruction. وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِيكُمْ إِلَى تَهْلُكَةٍ. You are keeping that fast. Your fast is to remind you about your purpose of life, what Allah Ta'ala has created you, what is your purpose of life. But if we are going to indulge in certain actions that is going to throw ourselves into destruction, then how are we going to attain the pleasure of Allah? So this verse of the Holy Quran, do not throw yourself into destruction. Because a person, when he is going to smoke that cigarette, and as we know that smoking kills, he is going to bring harm upon himself. And if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in another hadith he is reported to have said, إن الملائكة تتأذى بما يتأذى منه الناس. And in another hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam reported to have said, من أكل ثوما أو بصلا فليعتزلنا وليعتزل مسجدنا وليقعد في بيته. We were speaking about the hadith where the smell that emanates from the mouth of a fasting person, أطيب عند الله من ريح المسك. That smell that comes out, the person who has kept that fast, لخلوف في فم الصائم. But now we have somebody, he had that craving and burning desire. He had kept away from that smoking that cigarette during the day. Now the time of iftar came, and he immediately broke his fast, and straight away he could not resist. The temptation was so great, and he enjoyed that fiery treat. Instead of having and breaking his fast with the dates and the water, this person, even before the salah, he opens and he lights a cigarette. And we have so many youngsters, so many youth who already have started to smoke the cigarettes. This is the month of Ramadan. This is the month to realize that whomsoever eats the garlic and the onions, raw onions or raw garlic or the onions, فَلْيَعْتَزِلْنَا, you should keep away, or you should keep away from our masjid. وَلْيَقَعُدْ فِي بَيْتِهِ, and he should sit in his home. It is known that the smell of the smoking person, can you say that it is less severe than the smell of the garlic, raw onion, or raw garlic and the onion? No. That smell, now the Prophet ﷺ, he mentioned about whomsoever is eating the garlic and the onion, because that gives off a smell. Now you are standing next to somebody, he cannot tolerate that smell. The malaika, they feel the same inconvenience that the people feel. So if the angels do not like the smell of a person who is eating the onion, and so by analogy we understand that smoking cigarettes gives off a bad smell, odor. So this person, whomsoever is going to cause harm to another Muslim, فَقَدْ آذَانِي, and when you're causing harm to myself, you're causing harm to Almighty Allah Ta'ala. So it is not an ordinary matter. Person needs to take this month of Ramadan, he needs to have this goal. So many people are smoking cigarettes. Smoking kills. Smoking is harmful. So many diseases that are caused related to smoking cigarettes. When we say that Allah Ta'ala says, do not throw yourself into destruction, then indeed it is by smoking the cigarettes a person is bringing himself into destruction. And smoking kills. And we know that this month of Ramadan is such a month where the shayateen even are shackled in chains. But what does Allah Ta'ala say? وَلَا تُبَذِّرْ تَبْذِيرًا إِنَّ الْمُبَذِّرِينَ كَانُوا إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينِ وَكَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ لِرَبِّهِ كَفُورًا. That is, those who are extravagant, those who are wasteful, because we are burning that wealth. And by burning the wealth at the threshold of smoking, we could say this is a colossal wastage of hard-earned money. People are earning the money, and now we are just burning that money. Today, how many millions of adults who are smoking? And given that smoking, cigarettes, not only is it killing, not only you are being extravagant and wasting, you are also causing harm to yourself and causing harm to others. As the Prophet ﷺ is reported, said, La darara wa la darar. And indeed, the month of Ramadan is all about keeping away from khaba'ith. وَيُحِلُّ لَهُمُ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَيُحَرِّمُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْخَبَائِثِ. So this comes under that which is when something is harmful for you, then Allah Ta'ala makes lawful to them good things, and He prohibits for them that which is khaba'ith, that which is impure. So may Allah Ta'ala make it easy for you and I, for all of us, to think for a moment, to reflect, because you may have a family members who smoke, I may have people and know many family members who are smoking cigarettes. We need to also add, while discussing about cigarette and smoking, that the shisha smoking also comes under the category of smoking cigarettes, and it comes under the category which Almighty Allah Ta'ala described as khaba'ith. So whether you are smoking cigarettes or whether you are enjoying your shisha, this is the opportunity. Welcome this month of Ramadan and we say, quit this bad, evil habit. And when you enter and welcome this month of Ramadan, because you want to also purify yourself, it is spiritual elevation, and at the same time you want to physically become more healthy. When you are physically healthy, that means you will also enjoy your ibadah. Until next time, أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.